Let's go.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans, Steel Curtain Network fans, KnoItAllz Nation. Thanks for tapping in. Everybody's having some technical difficulties. Shannon and Big G backstage over there in on the intro board. If y'all wonder why it took so long, that was me having technical difficulties. Might need to do a fundraiser for me too, Big G, just like we doing for Curve to get him a new mic. I might just need some new glasses. I couldn't find what I needed to find. But at any rate, fellas, Shannon, the Trip OG in the building. What's good, Shannon?
I made sure to take my mute off.
Yeah, don't get no fines.
I know I forget to do that a lot of times when we start, but doing good and I'm not a fan of this winter weather. I know y'all got more snow than we did this time, but I don't care for winter, but we got to get through it.
This is true, and y'all is just Big G because y'all right here me didn't get no snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
We just got a skiff, just a white covering on the ground. That's it.
Right, I haven't seen that this year, but I will be in Florida for the holidays, enjoying the weather.
Oh wow!
A few days. Well, my wife people live down there.
Yeah,
but we're going down there from the couple of days before Christmas until New Year's Eve, so I'll get some time away from this northern weather. Not as north as Adios Muchachos out here. Mr. Adios Muchachos, man, stop changing your name all the time. I'm gonna call you Big G 5050. What's up, Big G 5050?
Hey man, I'm known as many a names. And that Adios Muchachos is for this big trash ass coaching staff that we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about Mr. Rooney and all whoever else got to go on, because I'm willing to ship all of them up out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Shannon, I'm talking about all of them. Art the second, let's get all of them gone.
From what Shannon just told me, Dino Thomas is gonna put hands on you.
I ain't worried about Dino. Bring it. I ain't worried about none of them. I'm not worried about. Let me tell you something. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, it's time to get out the kitchen. If you can't handle it, because when you was doing well, we congratulated you and all whatever else. You trash now. So you're going to get the business. We get it. Fan stands for fanatic. But the issue is they think a lot of fans are stupid. Fans are not stupid. They're fans that watch all 22. There's fans that understand football. There's fans that understand play calling. There's fans that understand effort. So, get up out of here.
It kind of, y'all love to talk about Diddy. Well, you remember Diddy, more money, more problems?
That's correct.
Well, you make the money, you're going to get the problems when you suck.
That's
so
correct.
You got to take both when they come.
That's correct. That's correct.
True. Hey, and talk about Diddy, man. I ain't talking about Diddy no more. I don't know if you seen it, Big G, or even Shannon, that new documentary came out just yesterday that 50 Cent did about Diddy. Hey, Diddy, you talk about diabolical. You talk about the devil. That's Diddy. Mm-hmm. He might find out it's a podcast out here saying no Diddy and putting him up and stuff and be after some folks, Big G.
I ain't worried about him.
Okay. All right.
I ain't worried about none of them, bro. I ain't worried about none of them. If you don't like it, if they don't like the truth, it is what it is.
Your doorbell ring, and when he gets out of prison, he'll be standing there with a big bottle of baby oil, and you'll think different then.
Shannon, I ain't worried about him. I ain't worried about him and his baby oil. I ain't worried about him.
I tell you what, him and his baby oil ain't none, but that money got reached though. That's the only part. Money got reach.
Go on and donate to a player. Go on and donate because it ain't like we ain't said what you did. And I'm talking about across the board, all the way back to Mike Tomlin, Arthur Smith, Art Rooney II. It ain't like listen, we see it. So I ain't worried about none of them. I ain't talking about their mama. I ain't talking about their grandmama. So it's all
you talking about Dino's dad though.
Dino need to get some business. Is what Dino need to do. Claude Bishop, man,
has already showed up.
Hey, Claude, what's happening, man? Thank you for the $5. And for you guys that don't know, the super chats tonight is to help Kirby get a new damn microphone. So if you super chat us on the KnoItAllz podcast channel, we're going to do our best to try to get Kirby a microphone for Christmas, man, because it's diabolical. The stuff he got going over. We're trying to put a new Christmas present underneath his tree. It's horrible. Claude, man, Shannon, me and you have been right the whole time. Now escort your co-host into the Matrix and leave him there. Claude, no.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You've not been right the whole time, Claude. That's narcissistic.
I hear you, Claude. I hear you, baby.
That's narcissistic, Claude. You sounding like Tomlin. You sound like Tomlin. You sound dead.
Now don't go insulting our viewers now.
He sound like Mike Tomlin.
G.
He do.
I hear I told you so. I was writing stuff more from you than anybody.
Than me?
Yeah, from you. I
done toned it down a little bit, dog.
a little bit.
I done toned it down. A little bit, man. I done toned it down. Now, if you want to talk about this here, we can talk about this here. But as far as the Steelers is concerned, because man, I crashed out last night, man. My blood pressure was all over the place. I can't do that no more, dog. I mean, I totally lost it yesterday. I can't do it no more.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it. I'll start with Shannon. Claude says Shannon been right the whole time. So Shannon, why does Mike Tomlin need to go, in your opinion?
Like I said, when they hired him, it made total sense. Dan Rooney was a visionary. Mm-hmm. And you had a Hall of Fame quarterback coming, getting ready to go into his prime. You had surrounded, had a championship roster 2 years removed. Mm-hmm. And they just needed the right man to take over and steer the ship. Now you needed somebody who was a player's coach, who had the personality, who could make a seamless transition without rocking the boat. Mm-hmm. And Tomlin was perfect. Mm-hmm. And it worked until those guys started to age out. Mm-hmm. And Colbert started to miss on his drafts.
Horrible.
And you put the two together, and it's hard to keep a championship roster. Noel cannot keep a championship roster because he tried to build it in the image of his first Steel Curtain dynasty. Mm-hmm. And that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. He couldn't duplicate it. Mm-hmm. Cowher could never get past the AFC Championship, but one time, and then he lost because of his quarterback, and he could never get back because he didn't have a quarterback until he got Ben. So the only thing that's happened is just the game has changed. It's evolved, free agency, everything is now you have a shorter window. You have to be very aggressive to build a championship team. Now that goes back to your GM. Now I think they've got the right pieces in place there, but it's going to take, we're still in the adjustment phase, 3 years in. But now they need a new voice. You've got to the point now that you got to have a strategic, innovative, creative coach. And you got to have somebody who can develop young talent. None of them is Mike Tomlin. It's not his fault. It's just it's not him. So they're at the point now that it would be better for both parties to separate and go your separate ways.
100% facts, Shannon. 100% facts. Tate, I get the same question.
Go ahead. I want to hear everybody's opinion on this.
It's time for Mike Tomlin to go because the message has ran stale in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he's lost the locker room. In my opinion, I think that the guys have put little to no effort over the last few weeks. I think schematically they're tired of the same old. I think that they're limited in their ability to run offensive schemes schematically. They're limited to what they can do defensively because they sit in freaking 3-4 cover 3 and cover 2, and they leave the middle of the field wide freaking open. And then offensively, we don't throw the ball in the middle of the field. And it'd be different if it was just this season. We have seen this repeatedly. If you go back and trace the quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, go all the way. It's the same game plan. And it doesn't matter who the OC is. It could have been Matt Canada. It could be Arthur Smith. It doesn't matter. So this message in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is on deaf ears. And now you have a bunch of players that have aged out with Mike Tomlin. TJ Watt is aged out with him. Hayward is aged out with him. And so these guys are like, yeah, here he goes with the same old thing. But when you keep doing the same thing and you're expecting different results, that's insane. So the Pittsburgh, yes, sir.
It's the same on both sides of the ball. Schematically, they're just ancient, archaic. And Big Ben said this week on his podcast, and he tried to be really nice about it, nicer than I've been. But he says this looks like a Matt Canada offense. The problem is Matt Canada's long gone. And we have 2 coordinators past. But here's the problem. It's not even a Matt Canada offense. It's a Mike Tomlin offense.
That's facts. That's fact. That's one. And
that's why it don't change. Yeah.
Right. But the issue is, and I know we'll get into this more going into further with the show. The issue is, this is not a Mike Tomlin issue, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a Mike. This is an ownership issue. Art Rooney II has to be willing to do something different concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Now, will he or won't he? Who knows? But Art Rooney II is an enabler. He has enabled Mike Tomlin to be able to continue to do what he does. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gave him a contract extension. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gave him a no-trade clause. So Art Rooney II, and I've said this nationally on podcasts, first generation builds it up, second generation reaps the spoils, third generation blows the bag. We're seeing it right in front of our face.
Another thing I don't think people are thinking and remembering is that I believe that the reason the Steelers weren't aggressive enough under Colbert and trying to add to the teams that were real close, like 2017, 2018, to be in a Super Bowl team and bring in the defensive pieces they needed is because Art Rooney clutched them pearls, baby. That draft capital you didn't trade, you didn't be aggressive and creative. So his own, the way, and I had a discussion today with one of our colleagues about why I said 3 years ago to trade TJ Watt. And everybody said, no, that's crazy. No, his value was at the highest. The Cowboys traded Micah Parsons. And they look like total trash to start the season. But now what's happening? They're playing as a team. The defense is getting better. The offense, they went out and got Pickens and other guys. And now they look like they could be one of the best teams in the NFC come playoff time.
That's
what
facts.
I'm saying is you have to be proactive, not reactive. And part of Art's problem is he's so conservative that he's hindered everybody. So, yes, I do blame Colbert. Yes, I do blame Tomlin. But as you say, Art is the head, and he has to take that blame.
The fact that you said he's too conservative, it sounds like to me, Art Rooney II and Coach Tomlin are 2 peas in a pod.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're both comfortable with each other.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, not just comfortable, but they both conservative, though.
Yeah,
they're tied at the hip. And they're tied at the hip.
Yep.
Let me read the super chat and we'll go back to it. He said, it's time to call JPJ a bust. Too many penalties, won't tackle, 0 forced fumbles in his career, and is always going for punch outs. Certified bum, dumpster juice. I don't have no issue with it. I'm not going to say he's a bum, but I'm going to say, is he a number 1 corner? No.
But look who's trying to develop him. I see his effort improved. His tackling. Now he should be setting the edge. Last game, they was expecting him to set the edge because I don't know what the heck TJ was doing. He was just running in the middle of the line and not even trying to set an edge.
Every time.
Porter can't set the edge. And I see him trying to tackle, but the problem is, look who's trying to develop him. They stuck across the board. They can't develop anybody.
That's facts, because the messages ran stale, Shannon.
Yeah.
The messages ran stale. Listen, men respect each other. And like I said, I'm going to continue to say, I didn't play a down in the NFL. I've never played one down in the NFL. I played college, played JUCO, all or whatever else. But sometimes, and I've been part of teams where the head coach lost the locker room. And so it's eerily familiar. When I'm seeing the head coach lose the locker room, it's the type of play that you see on the field out of these players. Because they know that we don't have a true opportunity to do something different. And so this is the reasons why I'm saying that it's time for Coach Tomlin to go. But like I said, none of it, because Tate, I agree with you on this point. They're not going to find, he'd have to lose all of these and even have the conversation. But even at that point, it'll be a mutual split. They're not going to find.
Hey, Tate, both of you answer me this. Midway through that third, you could watch that team quit.
I saw it.
The Steelers quit, the players. They
I
were
saw
just
it.
like, okay, man, nothing's going to change. We can't win. And you can see it in their eyes. And then you see it in the lack of effort. But then to get back to where they had a chance, they said they're 2 scores down, 60 points. And they run the ball on 4th and 2 with not even their best power back.
With Spencer Anderson as a slot receiver, Shannon.
Yeah.
With Spencer Anderson as a slot receiver.
And John New's supposed to throw a key block, and John New's the worst blocker. I mean, those are things that can't happen. A competent coaching staff will not allow that to happen.
Shannon, when they scored, they ran wide receiver, they ran running back screens twice on the goal line. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? I mean, like I said, man, this is it's nothing like I've ever seen before. And that's why I said that maybe it's because, and I've watched football on every level, high school, collegiate, professional. I've never seen this before. I've never seen to where it's just, I've seen teams stink and be bad and have bad coaching, but from a guy that's supposed to be good to do this and stay stuck in what he does in his mess is unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
TJ said he's never seen a team run the same play over and over and not be able to stop it. Well, did he forget about the Cincinnati Bengal game?
Hell, did he forget
about slant, and they couldn't stop it? This is typical of this defense. They can't adjust at all in game. It's like they've we've never seen that before. And it was the same play twice, over and over and over.
Pun's right with this. He said Mook barely gets any snaps nowadays anyway. Mook was an all freaking pro. He was an all pro. Not all pro, but a pro bowler. Mook was a Pro Bowl tight end that they've totally eliminated out of the game. He's a zone killer. But you know where you got to throw in the ball at? In the middle of the field.
No, that ain't happening.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
No, I don't think anything either of you has said is wrong at all. And I mean, I'm to the point where I think I agree with Shannon and how Shannon phrased it. How you phrased it, Big G. I agree with the end game of it, but I don't know if I agree with your assessment that the coach is just trash. I think the game's passed them by as far as today's game, and it's time for some new, just like Kevin Colbert. Omar Khan come in making aggressive moves, making trade, moving around the draft board. I don't think JPJ's a bust, Roger. I mean, because when they had, we thought it was all good drafting. And I still believe in Omar Khan and Andy Wild method of drafting. But now it may be time for, agreeing with you, Big G, a new voice, a new face, and a new philosophical change. Because, since Noel and Cower, and like Noel established in the 70s through the 80s, still was the expectation, but the players, the talent fell off in the 80s. Therefore, Noel kind of went down. But still, Chuck Noll got 4 Super Bowls, right? But then the transition to Cower, he didn't say it like that, but Cower made the standard again, right? And Tomlin, when Cower retired, Tomlin carried it up until about the last 5 years, and we've been seeing some of the same old same, and that's not the standard, right? So we all see that. We see it. We don't see anything that looks different. We don't see, you're trying to make changes and adjustments and stuff like that. I mean, because even when you make adjustments from game to game and week to week, when you get into the stadium and the game plan, it don't work. You don't really change from there, right?
That's
Like
facts.
you change from game to game. You have a new game, but if somebody hits you with something different, it's like they're not ready for that. Oh, we thought they was going to do this for 60 minutes. Now we caught off guard. We get knocked back on our heels, and we don't have an answer. When I thought the Steelers played well, decent enough, consider the offense didn't do nothing the first half against Buffalo. Going in with a 7-3 lead, you slowed the game down, you playing your game. Then to come out second half, the second or third play of the second half, Aaron Rodgers fumbles, scoop and score. And then, okay, we still good. It's 10-7, still a game. Then Mason Rudolph get in there and just throw that interception like a fair catch interception on a punt. And then when they came and just that really deflated them from where they were at, because ideally you come in from halftime with a 7-3 lead, you playing your game up to that point, then you come in and you just get hit real quick, and there wasn't that fight that hard. Like Shannon said, you can see it in their eyes. As soon as Mason Rudolph to the interception, you can see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
And from there it was all downhill.
Reginald Rivers, you're correct. We went 61 straight games without scoring 10 points in the first quarter, and that's for 4 years. That's inexcusable. That's a fireable offense. But Tate, I'm
there's a lot of fireable offenses.
Tate, I'm gonna say this. I think Buffalo let Pittsburgh stay in the game. I mean, Cook fumbled off of his own knee.
Yeah.
Josh Allen threw a diabolical pick
behind the receiver. Yes.
Yeah, that was, listen. I don't think they was ever in the game like that.
Other than that, they were gashing them even in the first half.
They gashed them. They flat out freaking gashed them.
But I think we'd say we were comfortable where the game was at halftime.
I mean, because you had an opportunity to still win. Big L26 1991. Call him Doc Tomlin from now. Yeah, Doc Rivers. I ain't mad at that. Because that happened to Doc Rivers. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at Doc Rivers. I ain't mad at all. That's a fair assessment. Mike Tomlin, and this is the thing about it. If he goes to a team that has the pieces that he likes, like how he transitioned into Pittsburgh, Shannon, I said all along, New York Football Giants. They got a young, feisty quarterback. They got a battering ram running back. They got a wide receiver that don't like to go across the middle, and he's got all them defensive pieces that he can run that diabolical 3-4 cover 3 defense.
It makes sense to me, yeah.
It makes all trade him over there. Let's get some draft picks.
What do they always say? If you stay long enough, you'll go from being the hero to the zero. You'll be the hero, then you'll be the villain. And he stayed too long.
Yeah.
And
he's the villain.
By giving him the extension they did, that was just being lazy and short-sighted by Art Rooney.
That's malpractice on Art Rooney. That's malpractice.
Then giving TJ Watt the money they give him, instead of trading him when he had the highest value, looking at his brother was like looking as a preview of what's coming. They said in 2022, his get-off was 0.75.
Facts.
Now it's 0.87, I think.
Facts.
0.89. He has slowed a half step down. And we know it's an edge rusher. Every half second matters big time. And he'll never get it back, guys.
Yeah.
Father Time's undefeated. He's going the other direction. And I don't see where he can adjust his game to stay effective because he was invisible. The only time you noticed him is watching them come back on his side and him getting washed out.
Facts.
And now you're paying him $41 million. That's inexcusable.
Fact. That's an ownership thing, which Mike Tomlin and Art Rooney, but that's a whole nother conversation. Steeler Girl 2772. I can name one draft pick that they made into a superstar. TJ was born that way. I don't just so
you can't argue with that.
So this is what I'm gonna say. This is just my opinion.
Who makes not development and good player, but who makes players superstar? Players are born superstars. I haven't seen a superstar made a superstar.
Yeah, but
Tell
who
me
was
one.
his defensive coordinator, and who was his position coach when he come in the NFL?
Joey Porter Jr. was his defensive position coach.
But who
Joey
was the
Porter
defensive
Senior.
coordinator?
Joey Porter
Yeah,
Senior.
senior. Yeah,
Yeah,
JP.
But who was the defensive coordinator?
You already know.
What wasn't LeBeau? It was Butler, wasn't it?
What was Butler great at?
Blitzing. Blitzing.
Listen, the coordinators are bad, but Tomlin hired them, and he don't know what to do now. He has no answers. So yeah, they haven't developed anything. And the last guy to come in was almost a superstar, as she said. But TJ did get coached up. None of the other guys can say that.
And a great one, 038. Nah, this ain't Andy Waddle, and this ain't Andy Waddle and Omar Khan. Nah.
Did they make James Harris a superstar? He was undrafted.
James Harrison was cut multiple times by Bill Cowher
Did they
and
make him a
Mike Tomlin.
superstar?
Yeah, the defense did. You better believe. LeBeau did.
Yeah,
LeBeau made him a
that's what I'm
superstar.
saying. The quality of coaching
LeBeau.
is totally different.
LeBeau. Yeah.
And Cowher.
But now listen. Andy Waddle and Omar Khan, and no, they did not make that extension. Let me tell you what would have happened. If they wouldn't have because what they should have done, and Shannon, you've been saying it for 2 years. I know I've been saying it for at least a year, and people told me I was crazy. Trade TJ Watt. Trade him. He needs to go to a team where he can be that piece to get over the hump. You give the Steelers an opportunity to reset. But because of Art Rooney, he didn't want the blowback in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Man, they would have declared anarchy on the Pittsburgh Steelers if they would have traded TJ Watt. Like, they would have ran Art Rooney II out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania if they had traded him. I.e., that's why he got that extension.
Okay,
that's why he got it.
Did you see what they said about Jerry Jones when he traded Parsons?
Yeah.
But
it would have been worse. It'd have been.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's too many people are hung up calling these guys legacy guys. There is no legacy without winning.
That's facts.
There is no legacy without winning. I was told today the reason they could never trade TJ Watt is because what he'll be worth the Steelers 40 years from now, because he'll always be a legacy guy and he'll make the organization a lot of money for the appearances and coming back to the stadium. And you know how they love to parade the old guys out there? Nobody's going to want to do that with TJ. Guess why? He ain't never won nothing.
He never did nothing.
One of them guys they bring back, and we all go, oh, well, we want to go get autographs and all this. I don't, but, a lot of people do. They were legacy guys who won Super Bowls. How many guys from the 90s do you remember?
All of them.
Yeah,
the late 90s, all of them.
They didn't win nothing.
I'm talking about the team that went to the Super Bowl with Neil O'Donnell and them. I remember damn near all them, Shannon, because we was building something.
What I'm saying is it's different because they're not legacy guys. The best player off them teams was Rod Woodson. He won his title somewhere else.
Yeah, Rod Woodson, Carnell Lake. I mean, we can go down the list. Green. I mean, all of them. I remember all the receivers, the running backs.
Green played for like
Stone, Eric Green, Neil O'Donnell. I mean, Stone. Hell, I remember Dwight Stone. I remember all the guys.
Lloyd.
Yeah, I remember all of them.
Career limping around on one leg for the Panthers. What I'm saying is, legacy guys have championships.
I don't disagree. But like I said, they would have ran Art Rooney II's ass out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania if he'd have traded Watt. That's why they did what they did, and it was too late. They should have traded him. They should have either franchised him or traded him. They would have gotten max value.
The whole key to the championship era, from the early 1970 till the last one the Steelers won, was Dan Rooney. He was the key. If he would have traded Watt or not, it wouldn't have been for future money, what he would have made the family. And it wouldn't be because of worried about legacy or, as you say, being scared that the fans would, burn him at the stake. He would have done it because they were loyal. Now, I'm all about loyalty. But when loyalty comes at the expense of putting a quality product on the field, I said it Monday and I'll say it now. Put away the terrible towels. Because this team ain't worthy to wave them terrible towels for.
That's facts.
Don't play the Renegade ever again till they act like they're worthy of playing the Renegade for.
That's facts.
And quit parading those guys back into the stadium at halftime because they earned their championships with blood, sweat, and tears. These guys ain't worthy of that. Go in the facilities and take down the standard is the standard, which is right when you first walk in. Take that off the wall. Put up mediocre Mike. Put up whatever. Never having a losing season. But take down the standard is the standard because the standard is dead.
Shannon, I ain't mad.
We're going to transition to our first break and come back and talk about. I see your super chat, Claude. I'm not going to forget it. Going to pull it up. Who is that? Is that Brandon?
Brandon Bailey. What's
Brandon
up, Brandon?
Bailey said that he would let Tomlin go. But I don't want no Mike McCarthy.
I don't want Mark McCarthy either.
Yeah, no, that's
Get
just
somebody. They could have had Vrabel. They could have had Ben Johnson. There's been a lot of guys that would have been great, but I don't want McCarthy.
This is an easy fix. This is easy. Joe Brady, Shula, Kubiak, or Minter. That's cut the deck.
I like those. As a matter of fact, if you look at the show thumb, all three of those was pictured. Kubiak and Shula. And I like potentially Kubiak as a head coach, Shula as a defensive coordinator, and Marcus Freeman as a potential head coach. So
I can't do Marcus Freeman.
I don't want Brady.
He's a college kid. I can't do that.
I don't want Brady unless he's bringing Josh Allen with him because that makes him look a lot better than he is.
I think I agree with Shannon there too.
That's the problem. A lot of these guys have great quarterbacks, and it makes them look a lot better than they really are.
But Joe Brady did it with Joe Burrow.
What's what he's saying?
Well, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was a reject. Joe Burrow was a reject from Ohio State. Joe Brady got a hold of him, and he was a reject.
No, Urban Meyer picked Dwayne Haskins over him. He wasn't a reject. I mean, he lost out to another professional. Went to LSU, had 2 good years. Had Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, the running back that got drafted, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, all first and second round picks, all of them.
I know the whole story about what, and that Joe Burrow's daddy asked Urban Meyer, would my son ever play at Ohio State? And Urban Meyer said, not unless there's an injury. Okay. I know the whole story. So he left.
He left because he wasn't playing. But he still is Joe Burrow, and that's who Brady coached with Jefferson and Chase.
He developed him.
I don't think he really developed him because he had Josh Allen. He was somewhere that
Joe Brady
that good too.
Joe Burrow's first year at LSU, he was trash.
They was
his second year. No, not his dog. Joe Burrow was not good. Go look it up. He was not good his first year. His second year when they won the national championship is because Joe Brady came in there and went balls to the wall and let them boys go. Joe Brady develops quarterbacks, dog. Joe Brady does. Kubiak can do it. Shula can do it. And Minter is a damn for sure great coach.
Joe, I like Minter. Joe Burrow's first year at LSU, 2,900 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, rushed for 400 yards and 7 touchdowns. The team finished with a 10-3 record, just like I said. And he got better the next year, but he also
broke the record. He broke the NCAA record.
Jefferson. Yeah, okay. Look at what he got though. What wasn't Joe Brady and Carolina not doing good? But we got to take our first break. We finished talking about this.
We got 2 super chats too.
All right, well, you just bring them up. We get back from. But we got to take this break real quick. It's about 3 minutes past time. So if you're watching on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. Just got to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers for our audio listeners. And we right back after this. Stay with us. We'll pump your brakes Friday night. We'll be right back.
We back, y'all.
Go ahead, Big G. We back. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for even tapping in from the very beginning.
Yep. Claude Bishop Tomlin should have been fired 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I understand that, Claude, but I'm not saying you're Johnny come lately. I'm just saying that the issue is that it's led to where we're at now. There was an opportunity for Mike Tomlin to change. What happened is Mike Tomlin refused to change. And that's why we're at where we're at. S. Dresden, man, thank you for the $2. He said, Marcus Freeman or mentor. I ain't with Marcus Freeman, y'all. I'm just telling you, it's not going to work in the NFL. He's not. He's too much of a rah-rah guy at Notre Dame. I know kids that play for Notre Dame. He's too much of a rah. He's not a big X and O guy. But when I'm telling you those guys play for him, yeah. So you would just get a younger version of Mike Tomlin. I'm not with that. I need an X and O guy. I need a guy that can draw it up and dial it up, man. I need an X and O. I need a dialer upper. I need a guy that can dial it up.
I can handle a younger Mike Tomlin with quality coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And before he became a guy that I'm only hiring yes men, I'm only hiring guys that will never be a threat to my position and my job.
Well, see, I heard some about that this week, and I kind of agree with it. I think Tomlin does, and this wasn't said by me. Tomlin doesn't have a coaching tree because Tomlin, just like with his players, he gets a lot of veterans. Tomlin brings in a lot of experienced coaches. So when you bring in experienced coaches, I don't think you hire experienced coaches because you're worried about your job. Tomlin has had the best job security for our NFL coaches for the last 10 years.
So how many years was Keith Butler defensive coordinator?
Less than 6. Less than 6. I think it was 5.
And then he was on a podcast. He said he would have liked one regret he had. He'd have liked to call his own plays. Listen, I'm telling you why this offense looks the same regardless of talent or coordinators is because it's all Tomlin. And if you think he controls the offense, the defense is totally him.
Yeah. I agree with that. I do agree with that, Shannon.
I think he's big in the game plan of the defense. I think Terrell Austin calls his own plays, maybe until he doesn't, until it's taken over. But Joe Brady, Big G, when Carolina in 2021 offensive coordinator, didn't really do much with Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker. 2021, he spent 1 year with Bryce Young. So, yeah, like I said, so every other year other than that, he's had Josh Allen. They didn't even hire him first in Buffalo. They hired was it Matt Liner? Well, Matt Liner. What's the other guy that played in Miami Hurricanes?
Ken Dorsey.
Ken Dorsey was Ken Dorsey. Joe Brady was a quarterback coach. When they got rid of Dorsey, that's when Joe Brady got his opportunity. That's just.
Hey, I gotta say something real quick about Young, Bryce Young. I mean, I was very critical of that young man because he's so tiny, and I said, you know what? But you got to give that dude credit. He's playing some good ball. He is showing leadership for that team. They are a team heading in the right direction, and I couldn't be happier for him because he's a great quality young man. But to see him be able to overcome his limitations, he's playing some strong football. I mean, I'm not trying to, I just said, I've been critical of him in that pick, and I think he's actually looking much, much better. And we got to give him credit where credit's due.
He's looked better. That coach that, what's his name, Canales, that helped turn Baker around down in Tampa.
Yes.
But I watched the game against the 49ers like last Monday night, and he didn't look that good then. I think they put like 10 points on the board.
What the issue is generational quarterbacks only show up every now and then. You have to have a coach, coordinators, and position coaches that dial it up and develop talent in the NFL unless you have a generational quarterback. Yeah. So there's not that many, to really be honest, there's not that many generational quarterbacks in the NFL. There's guys that look like that they can elevate to that, but there's not that many generational quarterbacks. So it's most guys are system guys. That's why I want a head coach that can X and O it, dial it up, put our players in position to give us an opportunity to win ball games. That's why I want that.
You don't got to have the best, even a top 3 quarterback. Jalen Hurts does great with the Eagles. He's definitely a systems quarterback. You put him in the wrong system, he's not going to be effective. You use him correctly, you see what you got. Nobody ever thought Ben was the top 5. I did. Most people didn't.
I did, Shannon.
Perfect. He was perfect for the Steelers. I'm with you. That's what I want. I want the system. I want the coaching staff that can develop them, and then put the right guy at the head.
Yeah. I agree with that, and I think Ben was top 5, but out the gate though, when you're talking about Ben, you already during his time, you already putting Brady and Manning and even Aaron Rodgers in there. So yeah, Drew Brees, he played with a lot of guys. That's why
you can put Ben in their offenses, and Ben would have been fine. You put Brady, Manning, Rodgers, or Brees behind his line in Pittsburgh, they'd have got killed.
Yeah.
No,
See, what I'm saying is you have certain quarterbacks, Elway, Favre, Ben, who were tough enough, talented enough, big enough arm, moxie. They can play in any system.
Yeah, agreed.
As Big G said, some guys are system guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you use Manning right, Brady right. These guys are incredible. Drew Brees. But you see Aaron Rodgers, though you can took a 4-time MVP, Aaron Rodgers, put him with this current team, with this offense, this skill position talent, he'd have never won a MVP. Never.
No, he never did nothing. Ask Dresden for the 5. I diabolically told y'all that this was a 7-win team before the season started. I'm not buying that, man. I'm not buying that. I don't know if they're going to win 7. They could, but they could lose them all. They could lose them all. They could lose them all. They could finish 8-9 or 9-8. But yeah, they're somewhere around there. So I get it. Go ahead, Tate.
No, I was just going to ask. So, as far as Dresden's comment, thanks for the 5 S Dresden. Thanks for the super chat. Definitely appreciate you. I probably. Well, you guys remember we did our pick'em show. I had them jokers at 14-3.
Sure did.
How long ago does that seem? But
you're optimistic. You're optimistic.
I do stay in the optimistic lane. I do. But yeah, so Ben would have made. That's what I was gonna say. Ben would have made way more Pro Bowls if he didn't play in the same conference as Manning and Brady.
Oh yeah.
So his resume is short, probably 3 Pro Bowls just because of who he played during the same time as.
Let's talk about how much Bill Cowher held Ben Roethlisberger back at the beginning. If you want to tell the truth, Cowher wasn't feeling all of that. Ben developed into that. Even when he went 15-1 or whatever it was, he wasn't letting him throw the ball all over the yard and all whatever else. Ben finally looked Bill Cowher in the face and said, "Man, I don't care what you call. We doing this." That's what Shannon's talking about. The moxie.
I don't.
Man, I'm telling you.
Ben made three. That first year, he made like 3 or 4 backyard, unbelievable, extend the play down the field. You remember that, and then with the running game and the great defense, that's how they were successful. When they got to the AFC Championship, in the playoffs, then he played a good Patriots team and he couldn't do that.
But he played good against Denver and they won. He was young.
Well, that was the next year, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, by the time he got that first Super Bowl against Seattle, after that is when you actually saw the full maturation of Ben Roethlisberger.
But I think
Tomlin on his way out the door and Ben saying, "Look, bro,
I don't think Ben had that type of cachet until about 2010. I mean, he was a great quarterback. He was on his way. He didn't have the cachet. You can't come in and tell your coach what you're going to do. You're in your 3rd, 4th year, and you got 120 yards passing in your first Super Bowl. The defense won it. Randall L threw a touchdown pass. He wasn't that guy yet. Now, he did become that guy, like I said, around 2010 when he probably when he took the team down the game-winning drive in Arizona. That's probably when he really became the guy.
I think he was before then, but that's just me. I just think it was before. I think Cowher, and that's why I believe Tomlin was the right coach at the right time. As Cowher transitioned out, Tomlin was the guy that saw that swagger and that moxie on Big Ben and got the hell out of his way. Because there's documented that Big Ben got into it with his OCs. It's documented where he was like, "Hell no, we ain't doing that. We doing this." And Tomlin didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. He let that boy do what he do.
Well, he knew he had an all-time great. I mean, Peyton Manning and Brady could do what they wanted to do too.
Mhm.
I just think you a year and a half early on it though, because like I said, he didn't have that cachet until he was a great quarterback, but until he won the Super Bowl, he's like, oh, I'm the guy in Pittsburgh. I can call my own plays. I can usurp whatever the OC want, whether that's Ty Haley, whether that was Bruce Arians. Like,
he got into it with all of them. He got into every OC. He got into it with him.
Couldn't nobody do nothing to Ben because Ben was bigger than the coaching staff because he's one of them elite all-time great quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's generational, right? And that's what Mike Tomlin's not set to do. Mike Tomlin's not set to handle a generational quarterback. Not like that. Not like that. Not to let him build.
They don't come in like they do. So ask both of you guys, would any of you guys still use a first-round pick on any of these quarterbacks?
No. Shannon?
I can't say yet. Give me the playoffs, collegiate playoffs, and the championship games here, and I'll tell you then.
Simpson gonna lay an egg, and Simpson gonna get punished in the SEC championship game. So get ready, Shannon. And Mendoza's the only other guy that's gonna make the playoff that's even a quarterback, unless you like Dante Moore out of Oregon.
I like Mendoza a lot.
I'm not saying Mendoza is or isn't going to do, but I'm telling you, Simpson going to lay an egg against Georgia.
I think
he ain't that dude.
I like Mendoza. I like what he showed against Penn State, but it was Penn State. I'll learn a lot more about Mendoza this weekend when he goes.
That's what I said. I want to
Matt Patricia and the Ohio State defense.
Yeah,
I'll learn a lot more.
That's going to be the big one. Yeah.
But we ain't going all the way to one because that's where Mendoza going because it's a quarterback-led draft. It's always quarterbacks first, so he's going one.
Well, they're showing 3 drafted in the first round in the mocks.
Who? Dante Moore and who? Lenore Sellers?
No, it was it's Mendoza. They were saying Ty Simpson to the Steelers at 14.
No,
I don't know if they'll stay at 14. They might drop even higher.
No,
but he said in the mock draft. Let's hear what he's talking about though.
But the number 2
Simpson, Mendoza. Who was the third that you saw in the mock?
I don't remember.
Dante Moore. It's Dante Moore.
I think it probably got to be. I mean,
it might have been, but he was the second quarterback taken. Mendoza was number 1.
Yeah. You know what? You want to really know the truth? Will Howard better than all 3 of them.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say.
I'm telling you, he better than all 3 of them.
Why not go? Well, one, they need to see what they have at Howard this year if it keeps getting worse. Then I would try. I'm telling you, Baggett, the kid, the backup in Chicago. I would try to trade for him, whatever. I don't think you'd have to give up too much. And then have a third, maybe draft another quarterback to run in at 3, and try to build the team around Will Howard, see what he's gotten in. If you don't do good, you're going to have a bad record. You maybe get your quarterback the next year.
The issue is you're going to need a bridge quarterback regardless.
Yeah.
Unless the new coach comes in and says, I'm going to develop Will Howard into what I think he can be. So you're going to need a bridge regardless. But in my opinion, Will Howard is better than Dante Moore. He's better than Mendoza, and he's better than Simpson. So you might as well roll with what you got. Use those 12 draft picks, and we trade a couple of guys to get up around 15 draft picks and build that damn roster.
In each round, trade up and get the guy you want, not the guy who falls.
Yes.
Because how many times do we like this guy in the second round, but he's gone before we get the pick? Trade up and make sure you get the guy you want in the first few rounds. That's very important.
Yep. Trade off one. Listen, y'all might be mad at me, but trade Watt. I'll take a second and a third if we can't get a first. I'll take that. Trade him off.
I don't think you're going to get anything that high for Watt anymore.
Get more draft capital. I don't care. Highsmith got to go. Trade him off. Trade him off.
You probably get more for Highsmith than you will Watt.
Trade him. Listen,
a higher pick, not because Highsmith is better. His contract is better. He's not looking like he's getting older. He just is injured, but he still has youth and explosiveness. And I feel like you can get a third out of Highsmith.
Trade him off.
You might only get a third out of TJ because when you take TJ, you got to take that contract too.
Right. Because the three big glaring needs for the Steelers this offseason, wide receiver 1, because DK ain't one, left tackle, and we need a green dot linebacker. Those are the 3 big needs.
I think it's unfair to DK that the offense hasn't played well at all this, So I'm not going to just say he's a bust. I still see talent. I mean, I still think – I'm not saying he's top 10, but I say he's a top 15 receiver, so he's a Steelers number 1. But you got to draft somebody to go with him. That's more important than replacing DK is getting another person to go with him.
I'm not saying replacing. I'm saying get a wide receiver in there with him. Maybe
he's not a number 1.
I think he could be a 2 if you get a guy in there with him. If we draft Tate's the 1.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Tate is that dude. Tate, you're going to see. You're going to see. You're going to be like, man.
Tate, but he's not coming to this. He's going to be a really, really good number 2.
They ran DK out of Seattle, even though it was a trade, because they saw what they had in Jackson Smith and Juka. Jackson Smith and Juka and Cardinal Tate is the same dude. It's the same guy. They're the same player.
DK is the 10 on everything but his hands and his route running. He struggles. He juggled 2 balls just in the last game. He can't catch the ball clean hardly. And his route running, he's so big. He excels at certain things, but he's not nimble. So you have him, but you got to have the route runner on the other side. Seattle had Lockett and him when they were really cooking.
Yep.
And then he become expendable, as you say, when they got the Jigba.
Yeah, because Cardinal Tate and JSN, same dude.
Yeah, I agree. But when Jigba came in, he wasn't number 1. DK was. Now they saw, we got number 1. We can get off DK. So that can happen, but he's not going to come in as number 1.
Well, I'm not saying even to get off DK. I'm saying get another guy around him. But you need a wide receiver. You need a green dot middle linebacker, and you need a left tackle. Those are the 3 priorities in this draft. You need a left tackle, a green dot linebacker, and a wide receiver to go with DK. Everything else, then you build the roster.
Way that they could give Jones that 5th-year option.
No.
Because we haven't seen anything make him
He'll be there. He'll be there for the 5th year, but they're not going to sign him to an extension.
Give his option up.
Right. That's correct.
17.9, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah,
he's a swing. He had already lost his job. Y'all don't forget that Fautano was going to be Dan Moore and Fautano. Those was the 2 tackles. Fautano gets hurt, then Jones gets his job back. So he's a swing tackle. He's a swing guy, and I'm okay with that. But we got to draft a legit left tackle, a green dot middle linebacker, and a wide receiver.
I go wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the O line, but I think you got to get another young guy on that D line. So I go wide receiver, D line, and I'm not sold on the middle, so that's where I would go. Offensive line. You still paying Patrick Queen? I know you high
bust.
on him. I don't think he's a bust. I mean, last year, I'm gonna say his first year in the defense, stuff like that. This year he's been up and down, but has some good games, has some bad games. He's still young. He's only like 25 or 26, and you paying him $13 million. So I don't know if you and I like Peyton Wilson a lot. He'll get better and stronger still a lot of growth in there. So I don't think in the first 3 rounds, if you go 1, 2, 3, that you take the middle linebacker. I do can see another addition off the line. I would even go corner before I go middle linebacker.
Well, what I was going to say, I agree about the offensive line. I agree about the wide receiver. I agree about the middle linebacker because you want Wilson as your athletic speed guy. You need somebody else, to just blend that all together. Top
3 pick though. A top 3 pick on the linebacker. Yeah, that's what he's saying. The 3
Shannon.
I don't think they're going to have a top 3 pick.
Shannon.
Not top 3, but in the 3rd round, you ready to take?
Yeah, I would go as early as 3rd. Yeah.
Shannon.
Here's the thing.
Wait, Shannon. Let me say a name. Let me show a name.
They have to get faster in the secondary.
Shannon.
They have to.
If we pick between 17 and 27, and Sonny Styles is sitting on the board, you draft Sonny Styles. If Tate is gone If Proctor, the left tackle in Alabama, is gone, if the boy that played tackle in Utah, if both of their tackles is gone, Proctor is going in Alabama, and Tate is gone, you better look real hard at Sonny Styles.
I don't have a bias sign.
That's not a bias. Sonny Styles is legit. He's 6 foot freaking 4, 6'5". He's 250 pounds. He runs a 4.5 or a 4.4, and he's a green dot linebacker. He plays in Matt Patricia that plays a true 3-4 defense. He's perfect.
17 to 27. So wide receiver is more important than linebacker to me this year. Got to get a wide receiver early if you don't get your quarterback. Got to.
I can't see him bringing one in from outside after what they're paying Metcalf. They got to draft one. But I'm just telling you, if you watch this coverage in the secondary of the off man, and it's went back to that. The Slay was a disaster. Ramsey's the safety. Eccles has been decent. Joey Porter Jr. is not developing. He needs help there. But they got to improve their coverage because nobody plays the coverage like they do.
But Shannon, Tate, if we're going to stay in 3-4, how you build a 3-4 is the nose tackle, the middle linebacker, and the strong safety. You build it in the middle.
If you get a new coach, you probably get a new scheme.
Well, then if we go to a 4-3, you definitely got to get a linebacker early. You definitely got to.
All I'm saying is they can't. I'm saying linebacker this year, this draft is not more important than quarterback one. If you want to take one early, wide receiver.
No quarterback. No quarterback.
Yeah, no quarterback. Wide receiver one team.
It's left. If it's left tackle, number one is priority is left tackle. Left tackle's one. Wide receiver is the second piece, and then you meet in the middle linebacker. You got to come out of those three. You got to come out of this draft with 3 starters at those positions: left tackle, middle linebacker, wide receiver 1 or 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. You got it. You got to get 3 starters. You better get 3, or you're gonna be in trouble. Quarterback, you can figure that out up the road, but we got to get those positions solidified.
I think a D line is more important than the middle linebacker right now. I mean, because you got Peyton Wilson going to continue to develop, and you got Patrick Queen at least for 1 more year. So I might get a linebacker that I see got talent in the 4th round, but I'm not spending an early pick when I know I need a wide receiver. I think defensive tackle or defensive line is more important than a linebacker with how they've been gashed against the run still. Get another guy to go with Black and Harmon and even Benton. Ben won't get a 5th-year option either, so he'll probably play for the cheap. But will be part of a good young rotation. Keyword young rotation.
At least play Benton in his right position.
Correct.
Yeah. When he's inside, he gets washed out so quick.
He's a 3 technique. He's a 3 technique.
Yeah,
he's a 4-3-3 technique defensive tackle. That's Dresden, $5, man. Wait for the quarterback in 2027 and draft. I'm not mad at Lemon. There's only 2 wide receivers that I would say go after this year. Lemon is one of them. Lemon or Tate.
I like Tate first because he got the size, 6'3", 210. I like that. Opposite DK, and he can route run. Mm-hmm. And he got this. Is he 4'3" at all?
No. He's a 4'5" kid. He's a 4'5'1", 4'5'2".
Okay.
He just runs hella routes.
If they don't change this scheme and they don't use the middle of the field, it don't matter what receiver you bring in.
This is true.
Facts. But I'm just this is not the draft for the quarterback. That's how we even got on this conversation. This is not the draft. You build the roster. You build and at some point you have to see what you have in Will Howard. I'm feeling if they get popped against Baltimore, the hell with it. Run him in there.
I agree. Yeah.
Run him in there.
I say if they lose 2. Give Will Howard the last 3 games and open the playbook up and see what it looks like. If they lose 2.
They're not going to open the playbook up, but you got to run him in there to see if he's got intestinal fortitude.
Yeah.
You got to see if he got the wibbles to be able to hang in there.
Well, I will say this. Will Howard moves better than people think.
Correct.
Now, there's times that Rodgers could take off and get some yardage, and he doesn't. That's not his game at all. He's not thinking that way. The problem is he used to keep his eyes up looking downfield. Now he doesn't.
That's true.
And he runs right into sacks He looks very similar to Kenny Pickett. He just goes to the right where Pickett went to the left.
Right. Good analysis, Shannon. But we hit the hour mark. We're about to get out of here. But before we go, real quick, we're gonna be 5 minutes with this collectively. The game this week, Steelers Baltimore. How do you guys see it? Give me your score prediction.
I'll go first. Baltimore is going to try to destroy us. Derrick Henry's going to get between 27 and 30 carries. And they're going to try to go 2 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards, and then ultimately break one off. Harbaugh wants this to be the nail in the coffin for Mike Tomlin. He wants it bad. He wants it bad. So this game could get ugly quick. Steelers Nation, I'm sorry. Unless I see him do something different, I'm calling it. Baltimore 40, Pittsburgh 20. Blowout, Ravens.
Shannon?
Like I said almost 3 weeks ago, I don't see them winning any of these 3 games. The Bears, Chicago's the curse. And they had a chance in that, but they, again, it's cursed. I didn't think they matched up well with Buffalo at all in that running game, and we was right. Again, now you're playing an embarrassed Ravens team that had a chance to be up a game going into this, and they blew it too. I don't think Harbaugh's a very good coach either, but I do believe that at home it's hard for Pittsburgh to win in Baltimore, and hopefully they're embarrassed and they'll play harder. I don't see them winning. I think, like G said, they're going to give up a long run or two, and then they're going to start doubting, and we're going to see like we saw in the second half. So I'm going to say 27-14 Baltimore.
He going in his bag again, Shannon.
I thought he was going to put it on his head.
No, he's going in his bag again. He over there going in his bag again. I see him.
It'd be tough to breathe in here, but yeah, I'm going in my old Jeff Hartman bag.
Oh my gosh!
Hey man, I'm gonna keep doing this till I get it right. So I think this. Me and Big G already bet some cash that Derrick Henry don't get 100 yards. So
I appreciate your donation to the G Stradamus Fund. I appreciate your donation.
We need to get. I don't mind donating. We need to get some new people over there to help you make better predictions.
Harmon's out.
Yeah, I know Harmon's out.
Okay.
And it could be tough. I just think they're gonna come play with a certain amount of fight, division game, rivalry game. I think it's gonna be not a blowout. I mean, the Steelers could probably lose, but I'm not gonna pick against them. But I'm gonna have the game closer. I'm gonna say the game is 24-20, the Steelers. Claude say pay him now.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm just saying. The NFL rushing record is 296 yards rushing.
Who was that? Was that by AP?
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Then I will remind Steelers fans, the NFL rushing record is 296 yards.
Not
see.
even close to happening.
We're going to see.
But yeah, Derrick Henry might put the ball in the ground a few times. But I said 24-20. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead. We're not going to drag it out any longer. Thanks, everybody, for tapping in. Big G, Shannon, love doing the show with you guys. We get together once a week, but, man, Big Shannon, Big G, keep all the chats pumping. Everyone I'm in with him. He says less to me and you. Him and Kirby say too much to me and Afton. And then on the KnoItAllz, he puts stuff in there like I hear from G all day, all the time. He don't even mean talking to me, but he just be sharing information. So I can appreciate that. And I know you ain't expecting no response from me, Big G. I'm quiet out here in these streets. I'll let you.
Only time I get to see a response from you is when you fired about what I said. Because somebody will say something. I'll say something out there as good as damn true. And then somebody will say something diabolical back to me. And then you'll be like, man, stop that. And then you go in on them. And then I keep stirring it up. And you're like, man, I can't take all this. I'm out. I'm out. But because
why you say somebody? Shannon, it ain't nobody but Kirby and Mod in different chats. You said somebody's in diabolical. One of them two.
Yeah, on a regular. On a
But
regular.
yeah, man. With that being said, I'm trying to think anything else. Oh, with this, what's going to be coming up? We got tomorrow our big noon pick'em show at noon. We make our picks for the week, and it's the score. Big G, we like all. I think you down one. I think me and my tied.
Y'all got 120 and I got 119.
It's something like that.
No, it's 121. You and Ma got 121 and I got 120. Because we all won the game last night.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Ma got 121 games, right? You got 120.
Yep.
So man, it's close. We got that tomorrow. We got the homies on Friday. Myself, we're gonna talk about the AFC North matchups and make our DraftKings picks against the spread. Myself, B Dirt and Pay. And then we got the Sunday, we got the Fast and Furious score update, talking about each of the games, at least the games that are finished. We'll preview the Sunday night game between the Texans and the Chiefs and the Monday night game between the Eagles and the Chargers. Two pretty good games, really. So we'll talk about all that stuff. We see you over the course of the weekend. Tomorrow I got the J2 Jag 2G guys. We're gonna talk about the influence of immigrants in professional sports over all the years. So because a lot of good foreign players and a lot of different stuff. Hockey, probably less in NFL because it's strictly an American game, but hockey and baseball and the NBA and all that stuff. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. That's at 9:15 in the evening. We probably go for about 40 minutes, be done by 10 o'clock. Just tap in. If you don't tap in live because it's late, just check it out on the YouTubes. With that being said, fellas, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Shannon, take us home the OG way, man.
Let's go.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here